Beats Planet.
What's happening? Let me make sure this look. All right, cool. We're gonna hold that for a second though. I gotta just do a little talking first, and then we're gonna run this. We're gonna run this a little bit later because I'm trying to be different here. One thing I try to do as a YouTuber, I know the Dallas Cowboy YouTube family is kind of big. The community got a lot of depth to it. And something I never really want to do is do something that somebody else has been talking about all day and all week. So I've been looking for some different content. People been hitting me up on the social medias, and it was like, "Yo, Voch, you gonna do a live show and tell us about OTAs?" I'm like, "I ain't there. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the hell going on with OTAs. I'm working on some other stuff. But hey, man, been gone for a minute. Haven't done a live stream in a minute. And I really wasn't dropping videos. Had to run back to the hometown for some work, but that was taken care of. So we back, and I'm putting some last minute work in before I go on this next vacation because once I'm on that vacation, boy, y'all thought y'all ain't see me at first. Anyway, let me just kind of set the table for a little bit. What I want to do tonight, and shouts out to the homie. I keep wanting to say his government name, but Okoye Media. I almost called him Darius, but Okoye, yeah. Shouts out to him. I'm always calling him the Mythbuster, but it seems like my bad attitude always, comes into play when it's time to, bring information or shed light on people or whatever. I'm no teacher. I'm nobody's coach or whatever. But Miss April, she calls me a tutor, and I think that's appropriate. So what I wanted to do is OTAs, and we're pretty much grinding for information right now, right? Because it's a very slow time. It's not the season, it's not necessarily free agency, and it's not draft time. So we're just at this dead point right before training camp. And we're doing like a bunch of super magnifying right now because we don't really have an idea what's going on. So when we see Connor Williams line up at left tackle, we say, "Yo, Voch, Connor Williams at left tackle. What does this mean for Tyron?" Tyron's just taking an off day in his OTA. So like if anybody gets into some, like a heavy take, I'm gonna tell them, calm down, it's May. Like, be cool, it's May. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean anything for Tyron Smith. Like, Tyron's not getting cut next year or nothing like that. It's just that they were low on tackles, and Connor Williams played tackle. According to what I heard, I wasn't there. But just another thing that was kind of magnified or whatever is we're talking about Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore and, where he's lining up guys and what he's going to do for the offense. And I kind of wanted to clear the air on the expectations for Kellen Moore. So what I wanted to do today, I broke out the white marker board, the dry erase marker board. I broke it out because I wanted to kind of fix people's language when it comes to talking about Kellen Moore or Jason Garrett. Because a lot of people feel like Jason Garrett's playbook is trash. That's not true because Jason got the same playbook that Belichick has. He has the same kind of playbook that Sean McVay has and the same playbook that Nick Saban has. And y'all have a lot of respect for those people. It's just that, if you want those plays called differently, if you want those plays set up a little differently, then, that's a whole nother question. That's not really a Jason Garrett question. So I was seeing a lot of rumblings of, hey, what's Kellen Moore going to do? Like, is he going to call better plays? No, he's probably going to call similar plays. Like some of the same things that the other guys are going to call. It's just how they're going to set those plays up. And I'm going to put out this dry erase marker board to kind of set that up. I'm seeing it in the chat box. What up, Manny? He says, "How do I know for sure?" Well, when I was away, I wasn't necessarily watching videos, but it's hard for me to stay away from football. So what I was doing when I had a lot of downtime and I had like plenty of it, I just watched a bunch of film. I watched film on just the the offenses that Cowboy fans have respect for. So I'm looking at the Cowboys offense, but then I want to go see how the Patriots do things, and then I want to see how the Rams do things. And Cowboys fans, they hate when we line up with two tight ends, but Patriots run a lot of ace. they run a lot of two tight end sets over there, So and they do a lot of fullback stuff as well. So, but then they will push somebody off a bridge to have the Patriots offense. So I just kind of want to clear people's idea up when it comes to what we do on offense. So I think we got a good number of people up in here, and if not, they can just catch this thing on demand. My last little point that I'm setting the table with or whatnot, just how can we succeed with Kellen Moore? Like, how can he be great? Kellen Moore just got to not overthink things. That's the first thing Kellen Moore got to do. Not listening to y'all asses. And when I say y'all, I don't mean like you all. I mean like the 80%, right? Like, don't listen to y'all. Because if Kellen Moore listens to y'all, not necessarily you guys in the chat box, but just Cowboy fans in general. If Kellen Moore listens to y'all, it'll be a bunch of flamboyant stuff, a bunch of, halfback passy kind of stuff. It'll be too cute. And that's not how you effectively run offensive. If they gave me the reins tomorrow, if they said, Voch, we're going to make you the offense coordinator, first of all, we'll win a damn Super Bowl, you know what I mean? But if they made me the offensive coordinator, I wouldn't do very much differently. You would basically do the same things that Kellen would do, or you would do the same things that Linehan would do. And how that offense is structured is Zeke would be your horse, you know what I mean? You would dump easy passes off to your tight ends and nickel guys, and you would get vertical and nasty with Cooper, right? That's the same structure. I would just do things differently. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into first of all, let me take a sip of my water, a sip of my happy juice. Thanks everybody for coming through though, man. Stephanie, Steven, Sheila's up here. I saw April around here. Nene, me and Nene getting married soon. We all just clap it up for that. Can we get a hand clap emoji in the chat box? Me and Nene getting married soon. Rex, Josh, Carey, Primetime up in here. I already shouted out Manny Joe was good. Joseph was good. Dominic, what's happening? All righty then. Let's get into all this, man. Let's run this for the boy. Y'all clapping for real. Y'all clapping for real. Oh, y'all clapping for real. Oh, jeez. All right, so cool. So, I was watching film, right? I was watching a lot of Patriots film, and I was watching some Cowboys film, and I watched a lot of Rams film. This is what we have in common, right? I know, to the naked eye, those offenses look like they look different, but to the core of it, like to the offense's bones of it or whatever, they run the same thing, right? So when we think Sean McVay, we think like this big flashy, circus act of a thing, but in real life, Sean McVay runs counter. And I write like a kindergartner, so please forgive me. He runs outside zone and inside zone. We may do some jet sweep stuff. Sean McVay does that. Belichick does that. Cowboys gonna do it. What else? What else did they do similar? Your passing packages or whatever. But let's just kind of stick to this and just kind of break down what I'm talking about. Let's go Dallas, L.A., and let's go New England. Let me check my OBS just to make sure I got a pretty good view on the whole board. Perfect. Cool. Like I said, pardon my handwriting. This looks like Greek hieroglyphics. So let's take the counter, for instance, right? Let's just say how would Dallas run counter? Well, down block, pull, right? But how can we put extra stank on that counter? How can we do something differently with it? All three of these teams, to the bones of it, they all run counter. But how can you make each counter your own individual counter? So what Sean McVay like to do, and it's brilliant because you really want to fool these linebackers, like you really want to get those guys like missing they keys or whatnot, right? So what they like to do is they'll run a guy in motion, and what's so weird about it, they'll normally run the motion with the guys that are pulling, right? So it'll be whatever the hell number Jared Goff is, because I can't think right now, and it'll be like Todd Gurley, right? So like they'll set it up to where, okay, you see pullers going this way, you see a jet sweep guy going this way. Oh, you know something's coming, so let me get my linebacker skating that way. When in real life, we're just going like right behind those down blocks or whatever, right? Like that's something Sean can do. Sean likes to get you thinking when those pullers and those jet sweep guys, they're all going the same way, right? Counter is the same play as this counter that we're going to run here. But what we could do is we got a quarterback that can boogie a little bit. So if Zeke gets to going one way, we can go this way. Tom Brady can't do this. Jared Goff can't do what Dak Prescott can do. It's the same play. Structurally, it's the same play. We're going to get 3 down blocks, 2 guys pulling. It's the same thing. But Sean McVay wants to run a guy with his pullers. We can fake the Zeke pull backside, and Dak can be the keeper after reading this defensive end, of course. That's just something we can do. Hell, Tom Brady and them, their counter could look totally different because whoever's playing defense against New England, they may respect that passing game so much that they may be backing off to where they can go in a basic let's say like a basic ace formation or something. We'll put a tight end there and a tight end there. They can go a basic ace formation. If you're a Cowboys fan, whoever the hell playing running back for the Patriots, if you're a Cowboys fan, you're thinking, oh my goodness, I hate 2 tight end sets. They make my ass itch. I can't stand it. Well, the Patriots do it all the time. It's just that they have teams play the Patriots different. Like if I was a defense coordinator, like we'll win the damn Super Bowl. But I think when teams play against Tom Brady, they panic a little bit. You know what I mean? But and that can result in a lot of different things, right? Manny saying the Patriots don't run the ball. That's false. that's simply not true. Sure, they do a lot of passing the ball to the running backs, but the Patriots absolutely run the football. That's a big misconception. People think Tom Brady out there throwing the ball 50, 60 times a game. That's not true. I think Pat Mahomes threw the ball more than Tom Brady did. And Tom is going to throw the ball the majority of the time, but they absolutely do run the ball. They run a lot of counter. Dallas runs a lot of counter. We got fantastic guards. I think one of our guards, which was a rookie last year, Connor Williams. He was fantastic in space. Once we get him moving, Zach Martin is the Incredible Hulk. We get him moving around, like that's a whole nother story, right? So I just don't want people to say things like, "Oh, the Cowboys need a total revamp of their offense. We need to do something different." What Sean McVay does, we do the same thing structurally, offensively. We just dress the shit different. Now, something that's going to help the Cowboys, let me wipe this off too. Something that's going to help the Cowboys when it comes to running different plays or whatever is like talent now. Think about where the talent was for the Cowboys like just 2 years ago. Think about the wide receivers 2 years ago, right? It'll be like Bryce, It'll be like Terrence, Dez was cool, but he was a little older. He doesn't. What the hell letter was that? Dez was a little older, but he doesn't necessarily mold with Dak or whatever. And you'll have Bees, right? Shouts out to Bees. He's a nuanced route runner, so it worked out with Dak. Think about what we can do from an offensive standpoint now. Let me move my camera back so y'all can see the word Bees. Now we have Coop. Oh my God. Young Michael Gallup, and I mean, if you want to put Gallup versus Terrence and Bryce, they'll be, similar types of, players for you. But Gallup is a nuanced route runner, and that's what Dak likes. Randall Cobb. Let me say this, man. And I ain't just saying this because Cole Beasley sounds a little bit emotional with all that snow up there, but there's a lot of people that think that Randall Cobb is not a better player than Cole Beasley, and I think that's simply not true. Like Cole may be a better route runner than Randall Cobb, but Cole really only ran like out routes, slants, discos, zags, whatever you want to call them, in and outs, whatever, pivots, whatever you want to call them. Like Cole ran those routes. Randall Cobb runs a lot more routes. Plus, he's a yak guy. Cole Beasley ain't necessarily a yak guy. How many times have we seen Cole Beasley catch the ball just fall down? Right? Randall Cobb ain't gonna fall down. Randall Cobb's gonna run people over. Right? And this fourth spot can be whatever the hell it could be. It could be New Tony. It could be Hearns. It could be Tavon, think about just this last spot right here. We got guys to where last year Allen Hurns was like our X receiver. You know what I mean? Like Allen Hurns was the first guy that we were running out there. Think about how much different we are now. So with just that in mind, with just the bit of talent that we're talking about here, think about what the Patriots would do. The Patriots got a lot of running backs and tight ends, so they got to run a lot of running back, tight end stuff. You know what I mean? Let me move this out the way. Hell, man, we may get in a situation. Boom, 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 boom. We may get in a situation where, oh boy, I gotta remember jersey numbers. Where we may have Coop's gonna be off the ball. Where we may have like Coop and motherfucker Randall Cobb and motherfucker. What number is Gallup? 13 online screen. Motherfucker Gallup gonna be like number 13 or something. Motherfucker, assuming Zeke didn't fracture that boy's collarbone, that damn kid in Vegas when he pushed him over. Assuming Zeke didn't black that kid's eyes, Zeke's gonna be playing right there. And you just got options here. Like, you know, this may or may not be Jason Witten. You know, I was saying Mark Holmes because I am a fan of other Cowboys YouTubers. Apparently he has this like he saw somebody say that we're gonna run a lot of 10 personnel. Shit. So what does 10 personnel look like to us? What's Tavon, like 10? That's a nasty 10 personnel. Let me move my camera over so y'all can see Coop over there. That's a nasty ass 10 personnel. Fam. Like, that's what Kellen Moore got to do. Kellen Moore doesn't have to do flamboyant motion-y stuff. He just got to do what works, pound Zeke, and make 10 personnel work. Jeez. Take Tavon off the field, whatever young Tony's gonna be. Let's give Tony number. Let's just call Tony 4 because that's where we drafted him at. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not gonna be number 4 because Dak's number 4. I'm just saying, like, he's 4th round pick, right? Whatever. Hey, that's a hell of a. You know what I mean? If you wanna go 20 personnel. Man, I can't write 4 next to 4. If you want to go 20 personnel, that's how Kellen Moore succeeds. We got horses now. Shouts out to Coach Wood, man. Coach Wood told me, man, look, man, I know a lot of people ain't trying to pay Zeke, dog, but you win ball games with horses. That's a horse. That's a horse. That's a grown man. Used correctly, that's a horse. He older, and he's young, but fam, we got horses. Okay, Tony might not be a horse, but if Tony's used correctly, he can be. We got horses, man. We got horses, and as long as Kellen Moore don't do no goofy, oh boy, it's 4th and 1, and we gonna put Tony in motion and make him throw the ball to Cooper. That's too cute. That's too much. It's different. It's deceptive. But at the same time, it's ignorant. You know what I mean? Let's just do what we're good at. We're really good at. Let me show y'all what we're really good at. Boy. Let me show y'all what we're good at. Wait. Let me show y'all. Wait a minute. Wait. Watch this. Wait. Y'all ready? What I do? I did counter. I did inside zone. Let's do power. Let's do. Hey, yeah. That's what we do well. That's what we do well. And if you're Kellen Moore, you don't want to lose sight of that. I know it's cute to go and get guys moving, and you want Tony to get involved, and you want Coop and young Gallup and you want those guys to get involved, fam. Hey man, 21 need his carries. Anyway, let's get back into what I was saying at first. I went off on a tangent, but let's kind of get back into what I was saying here. And it kind of segues in a little bit into what I was saying. I just saw somebody in the chat box say, don't forget the toss. Well, shit, outside zone plays. Right there, outside zone. So let's go. Everybody runs. everybody run outside zone plays. You know what I mean? To the core of it, defensive end. We may try to overtake this guy. Somebody's gonna climb. Boom, boom, boom. Just in case somebody's asking, what do we run on outside zone? Outside plays. So tosses, sweeps, whether it be sweeps out of the backfield or it could be jet sweeps. Just anything that's off the tackle, anything that's out here. Inside zone is inside, clearly. Like, the running back reads from inside out. He picks a gap that's in here somewhere. And that could bounce outside, but the offensive line are blocking for the inside. And as far as what do we do on outside zone, mostly toss sweeps and, like jet sweeps and stuff, right? So just in case anybody wanted to know, that's what outside zone is. So anyway, everybody runs outside zone the same way. We run it the same way. We run the same plays with it. We, personnel, we do the same things with it, right? Just that Sean McVay may just make it look a little cuter. This something Sean McVay like to do, and it makes me sick. Sean McVay, if he's running outside zone to, I forgot what number Jared Goff. Can somebody tell me what number Jared Goff is? I don't care enough about the Rams to know what Jared Goff's number is. Jared Goff's number is Jared Goff and Todd Gurley. What they like to do, 16, thank you so much. What the Rams like to do, and Sean McVay is a genius, right? So he'll get into, let's just say he goes trips to one side. Boom, boom, boom. Let's just say Sean will go trips to one side. This is what this bastard to do, and he did this versus Dallas, and I hate it. Sean McVay will do this here, get in this look here, and he'll just shift the formation. He'll shift it and make it heavy and make it heavy on the other side. So this dude will end up being like the Y or something, and this guy will end up over there. So we go from 3 guys on this side to 3 guys on this side. So we going to hold up defense. Let's adjust and put people over here and shit. Then next thing you know, this guy's fake jet sweeping just for Todd to get the ball and run backside. So this fake jet sweep guy ends up being like a crack blocker or whatever. So outside zone is typically going to be, this is your key block on the outside zone. You want your tackles and your guards to basically set this end up, and for one of those guys to end up on whatever linebacker's right here. Then this jet sweep guy that's not going to be getting the ball, that's faking it. Like if there's a corner right there, you want your jet sweep guy coming over, blocking that corner. Next thing you know, your leverage was from here. Then Sean ran your ass all the way to this side of the field just for this dude to lead block against the only guy that's left over there, just so Todd Gurley can get the ball and run behind the offensive lineman. And they blocked that shit real nice. And it made me sick. It made me sick. Miss April said, can we put some change in the PayPal for Voch? I agree, Miss April. All of the information is on the screen. If y'all want to support me, man, just in any kind of way, Super Chats are there. PayPal is up there. It's just whatever y'all want to do, I'm appreciative. But, boy, Sean McVay make me sick when he do that. And if I'm Leighton Vander Esch, and this is my first time really against a Sean, because to be fair, Leighton and Jalen Smith, they're still relatively young linebackers in this league, right? And I just ran from one side of the field to the other just to chase a guy backside. Hey, man, if I'm Kellen Moore, I want to do something just like that. I want to do something just like that. But that's not being cute, though. That's not being cute. April, does Voch get more money from PayPal than the other donate? Yes, Incognito, that is true. The PayPal, I get 100% of. Super Chats, YouTube takes 30 or so. And Patreon takes like 10%. But whatever. So, like, if I'm Kellen Moore, right? Let me just set this wet dream up real quick. If I'm Kellen Moore and I got those same gangsters on the field, so like they got to do it with like Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods and guys like that, and that's fine. But what we want, let me get New England off the board. I ain't talking about that right now. But what we want is if we were to do that same thing, it'll look like. What the hell? It'll be like Coop off sides. Just Coop playing DB. My bad, y'all. Coop. It'll start with Randall on this side with Coop, and knowing us, it'll be like Noah Brown or something. Noah's like 85, I believe. It'll be like 85. So like knowing us, there's some shit Noah Brown will do. And if y'all got Cash App, I got Cash App too. $ King Lombardi. Anyway, so Coop, and yes, and Gallup's here, and Gallup is on this side, right? If I'm the Cowboys, this is how I would run that. Move you out the way. Young Dak Prescott is there. Ezekiel is there. We're doing that. Okay, cool. Outside zone, right? If I was to shift this formation right here in the exact same way that we did the last time, right? In real life, you want to put Noah Brown there because that's the type of stuff that Noah Brown does. You would want your motion guy. And look, to be fair, Cooper in the slot is fantastic. But I like Randall Cobb as a blocker a bunch. So I would make Randall Cobb that guy. Then this is what I like here in terms of options. Because if Randall is faking this jet sweep, you can give the ball to Randall Cobb and not lose sleep at night. That's what I like about this the most. Randall Cobb can actually be one of your jet sweep guys, right? So give the ball to Randall Cobb. He ends up being one of your blockers. Then you give Ezekiel Elliott the ball. You got Randall Cobb over there blocking one of those corners. Noah Brown is going to get to somebody on the second level, and Zeke's just going to run smooth through people. Oh, but wait a minute. We do something that the damn Rams can't do because this defensive end, what if he do something ignorant? Because Stephanie like how she like how I say ignorant. If the defensive end do something ignorant and chase down here, oh, we got young Rain Dakota Prescott that can go backstage. He can go backstage. That's what's so dope about the Cowboys, right? We just ran the same play, the same shift, the same motion. All that was the same, right? But Sean McVay didn't have that extra step to his. Why you think the Saints use Taysom Hill for like whole series sometimes, right? Because if you use Drew Brees, you cannot add this last portion of this play here. But if you're Taysom Hill, you can. This is like a 6-step play, right? The bones of it, counter. The next situation could be like, pardon me, the actual first step is the formation, but the bones of it is the counter. Then we'll shift. Then we'll put a guy in motion. Then from there, you could either give the ball to Cobb. Okay, you're not cool. He turns into a blocker. You can give the ball to Zeke. Okay, cool. Not. He turns to a blocker. Then Dak Prescott's on the back end of that thing. Ow! You can't do that if you're the New England Patriots and you have that guy. You don't want Tom pulling the football. You can't have. You can if you Tom Brady, you can probably pull and run like one time out of 10 years. Like Tom got rushing touchdowns, right? Like you can pull once out of 5 years, but that can pull like once every like 12 plays, and it'll be you see what I'm saying? That's just my thoughts. That's just how I feel. Robert says, Voch, you're a genius. Let me stop you. I'm not a genius. I'm actually a very baseline football guy. I'm no football genius at all. I'm a civilian. I'm just a civilian. I just if you just been around football long enough, you see things and you just don't forget them. I'll say that. And if y'all been watching my channel enough, y'all can kind of vouch for that, because if you heard me say something one time, you can hear me say it again. You can just replay what I've said in your head, and you'll see it again. So when you see these plays or whatever, next time you watching the Rams, you see Sean McVay line all his guys up to one side, they shift to the other. That dude ends up being a blocker, motion, get the ball to Gurley. You go, God damn, boy, you go, boy, if I said it, boy, you know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. So I'm no genius, man. I just am whoever I am. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm at the 33 mark. If anybody has any questions that they want for the dry erase marker board, I'll do some dry erase work for like 10 more minutes. Then I'll do a general Q&A, and then I'll wrap this thing up because I got to make a phone call, like that one phone call I make every night. So, does anybody have any questions before I put away the dry erase marker board? I was thinking about something too, right? Let me take a sip of water before I say this. My man says Olawale in the passing game. I want to push Olawale off a bridge. I want that dude to play for Jacksonville so bad. I want that dude to not play for my team so bad. This is something I was thinking about, right? Some people don't. I think a lot of fans don't have a good idea about how close every team in the league actually is in talent and the small things that can swing a game, or how important scoring on one drive can be, or situations like that, right? I was thinking about something in the shower one time, and I do a lot of thinking in like three places. I think: shower, when I'm driving, and when I'm like just watching film on stuff, right? How about dropping Cobb offset in the I formation? Nah, man. If we run an I, Cobb could do some running back stuff, and he'll probably do like slot stuff. I just don't want to do a lot of I formation because that'll require us to keep Olawale on the roster. But we got 15 from Uncle Dave though. Salute. Something I was thinking about, right? Let me write some of these questions down too. Nene, pick some of these good questions that you see and come back to it. And what's a good 2-point conversion play for us? Get that one, and I'm gonna come back to it. Something I was thinking about, right, is how intricate the actual game is in terms of chess moves, right? I was watching Fresh the other day. I was watching Fresh with Samuel Jackson and my man that played Gus Fring from Breaking Bad or whatever, right? I was thinking about chess moves, and I wanted to just kind of draw it up for everybody. And I got 127 people watching live. I think this is a good time to do it. So let's say we got Dallas versus like Washington. And the reason I'm saying this is because this kind of happened one time. It ain't really happened like that, but it kind of happened. I want to show y'all how valuable one play is to the game of football. You know what I'm saying? Let's say the Cowboys play the Washington Redskins like week 5. Let's just say for like shits and giggles. I just want y'all to just ride with me for a second. Let me just borrow your imagination. Let's say the Cowboys play the Redskins week 5. We're currently on week 1. But we play them week 5. This is how intricate the chess move process is in terms of coaching and things like that. And I hope y'all learned something. So let's say we're the Cowboys and we're going to just, and I'm thinking about week 5 and week 1 because this is real. Let's say in week 5 we know that Washington has this corner that's not very fast. And he always plays the right side of the field. But they always give him safety help. And he's cool if he always gets safety help. But there are a handful of looks where he doesn't get safety help, and you can take advantage of his speed. So every game you run about 70 or 80 or so plays on offense, right? And out of those 5 games, you may only get this look against this team once or two, like one or two times. But if you get this look, it's a guaranteed score. Because let's just say the guy on this side is like a speedster. We got a fast. Let's say we got young Gallup over here, right? And we know that Gallup can whoop this corner in a foot race, but we can't throw deep to Gallup because this safety is there. So when we're going into the Redskins game, a part of our game plan is how can we get this safety here? Because they always play this safety over there. 95% of the time they play this safety over here to take away the deep because they know that this corner is slow. What can we do to get this safety over here so we can get this one-on-one so we can get an automatic score, right? We may be saying, you know what? Let's put this on film. That's a thing that happens often. Coaches say, hey, let's just put something on film to give them something extra to think about, right? Let's just say for week 1 through 4, on 3rd and 2, we always ran counter with Ezekiel Elliott. Like, let's just say we planted that seed as, hey, if we're in a 3rd and 2 situation, our go-to play is counter to Ezekiel Elliott, and we're going to run them right. So in week 1, we get a 3rd and 2, we run this play. In week 2, we get a 3rd and 2, we run that play. 3, 4, 3rd and 2, we run this play. And it's all conscious. You know, sometimes you may be playing Madden, you can ask Madden, like, okay, this play is mundane, but we don't have ordinary plays in the National Football League. Every single play that we call means something because we can score on either one of them. We got to take every single play seriously. We may only have 10 series. You know what I'm saying? First, second, third, fourth game, every time we get a 3rd and 2, we're going to give them that look. Say, for instance, we get to week 5. We get to play the Redskins, right? We get to play the Redskins on week 5. You know what I'm saying? Da, boom, boom, boom. We going through the game, bop, bop, bop. We beating the shit out the Redskins. They come back or something, you know what I mean? Like they come back and now they up by 4. I'm pissed off. We driving down. We on our own 40-yard line, and it's like let's say it's like 2nd and 8, and Dak runs the ball for 6 yards, and we get 3rd and 2. We get 3rd and 2. And we go, okay, shit. Week 1, 2, 3, and 4, we've been planting that seed. We've been planting that seed right there that on 3rd and 2 we're gonna run counter. You know what I'm saying? Let's just see what they do. We're doing that, hoping that the Redskins go, hey, man, look, week 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, every time they get 3rd and 2, they run the ball with Zeke. Zeke is a gangster. We can't let Zeke get off on this 3rd and 2. It's the end of the game. If we stop him on this 3rd and 2, we win the game. We up by 4. But we can't afford for Zeke to just get off like that. Let's put an extra safety in the box for run coverage. If we get this look, Dak, Zeke, Kellen over here, Voch watching TV at home, I'm going, oh, shit. That's our look. That's the look we've been waiting for. We want this strong safety in the box so we can attack this slow-ass corner that can't run with Michael Gallup. And we down by 4. And it's 3rd and 2. And in they mind on 3rd and 2, we run the counter to the right every time with Zeke. So if I'm Kellen Moore, what am I going to do? Shit, fake the counter to the right, and I'm making sure to tell my quarterback to tell his offensive lineman, hey, fake the counter, but we not going upfield. We can't have a penalty right here. We can't have an illegal man downfield penalty, right? So we gonna fake this month. We gonna fake Zeke right there. We gonna go, aha, we knew it. We knew y'all was gonna do it. But Dak Prescott keep the damn ball and Gallup run down the field wide open one-on-one with this cat. And we throw the ball and Gallup beats him and Gallup catches the ball and Gallup scores. But Amari Cooper lined up off sides or something. We finally get that one look we've been looking for. We finally get that we down by 4. We need a touchdown. It's 3rd and 10. Everything was perfect, and we got the play was set up nicely. The safety came down. He took the bait. We connected, and we got the touchdown. But just a small lapse in execution, a small lapse in judgment, a small lack of focus could ruin the one look that you've been looking for the entire game. And if you got that look, you could win on a touchdown. You put all the coaching in week 1, 2, 3, 4, and we finally get to week 5 and we get the look we want just for it to get thrown out the window because of an execution error. That's what I be saying. That's what I be talking about. When Voch be out here talking about player execution, I don't just be blowing hot smoke. I mean that. What if Coop didn't line up off sides? What if we get a holding penalty by Leo Collins there? That's why I'm so passionate, because I've seen these looks before, and I've seen us damn near score. But it'll come back. It'll come back. I said all that to say, this game is it works on such a small level, we can't afford to make small mistakes. Even if your new coach is fantastic and he's a mile better than Scott Linehan, if we don't execute, it means nothing. That's what I wanted to say. Nene, what's some of those good questions that we was talking about? I hope I didn't ruin y'all night. I hope I didn't. Hey man, why it sound like I was telling campfire stories or like scary story? Come on, man. Oh man. Nene, what's some of those good questions that you saw? What's some of those good questions? Oh yeah, somebody said, what's a good 2-point conversion play? Let me show you. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. That's a fantastic 2-point conversion play. Oh, it's fantastic. Oh, it's fantastic. Uncle Dave had a good one. Audible Zeke to the left slot. The safety drop in. Nah, because in a cover 2 situation, let's see. I feel what you're saying. You saying boom, boom, boom. If we get Gallup, this sorry ass corner, that safety help. It's actually the free. I'm up here bugging. Pardon me, y'all. That's actually the free there. And we get safety help for 21. I just blank. Okay, cool. Dan is saying, Dave, pardon me. Uncle Dave say, well, shit, can we put Zeke out here and that'll result in this safety taking attention from him? No, because if the safety, let's say, like, the only reason the safety is shading over this guy, let's say it's a cover 2 look. Boom, boom. You're responsible for this half. The stronger is responsible for that half. If the safety's responsibility is deep, then he cares nothing about this man responsibility. If Zeke goes from, if I was the offense coordinator and I got this look, if we put Zeke in motion here, then 9 times out of 10, like a linebacker is going to go with him. So the linebacker will go from there and he'll just line up over Zeke here. If it was man coverage, the linebacker would line up over Zeke there. And in that case, that's a whole different play. It's not the look that we want, but you got Zeke that can do these type of things and catch the ball. Or if it was Tony Pollard, he can do those types of things. Or like if it was like if they're in a nickel formation, like they can do a lot of different looks and still keep those safeties high. So it wouldn't be the look that we want. It wouldn't be a guaranteed touchdown. I could probably call you a play that can move the sticks, but it wouldn't be that one touchdown look we was looking for. So that's a good question, though. Good question there. Good question there. Steph, just join the Discord. Hey, y'all, hit that link and join my damn Discord. The more active it gets, the more I show up in that thing. So, you know. Let's see. Tales from the Crypt or a false start by Whitney. That's true. Is there a hookup if I get a speed strength ass whoop shirt like 5 or 10? Tweet me, Chris. Tweet me on Voch Lombardi, and I can cut you a deal for if you get 5 or 10 speed strength. If you get 5 or 10 speed strength ass whoop shirts, I can absolutely cut you a deal. So, hit me up on Twitter, and I'll get that out to you. I will personally set it up and get that out to you. So, yeah, hit me up, and I can do that for you. On the lineup, Peterson and guys have fullback. That's another team. Voch just joined. Cool. Can you explain how 10 personnel has more benefits than 12 personnel? Well, look at how the Cowboys are structured talent-wise. And the reason why, and look, I hate to pat myself on the back and be grandiose, braggadocious Voch, but Voch been saying this for a long-ass time. So, I ain't got to draw it up. So, so how these personnel sets work is the first number is the running back, or the number of running backs that we have on the field. The second number is the number of tight ends that we have on the field. So in 10 personnel, we have 1 running back and 0 tight ends. That means we have 4 receivers. If it was, 12? If it was 12 personnel, that's 1 running back and we have 2 receivers, okay? So, and that'll result, let me just write it up here. 4. And that'll result in, I'm not counting this correctly. My bad. That'll result in 2 receivers. So, let me ask you this, sir. Which one would you rather have? Would you rather have on the field? Would you rather have Zeke, Coop, Gallup, Cobb, Pollard, or would you rather have Zeke, Coop, Gallup, Jarwin, and Schultz? That's the big difference between 10 personnel and 12 personnel. You know what I mean? So you ask about benefits or whatever. Some people will probably say, well, Voch, wouldn't it be easier to run the ball in 12 personnel with more tight ends on the field? I would argue that no, because if we have those 4 receivers on the field, that it'll force teams to respect those 4 receivers, and it'll actually spread the box out a little bit more. You know, if you put a guy in the box, then the defense has to put a guy in the box to adjust to that. Now, if we block that guy, it doesn't matter, but you know that's a big if or whatnot. You know what I mean? So, just from a talent standpoint, I would rather have 10 personnel on the field than 12 personnel. That's just my thoughts there. We need to donate to give Voch a decent camera and setup. Facts. But that's coming soon though. Hang tight though. Hang tight. Heard that. I'm trying to spread the word that design hit. I appreciate you. How do we get Cooper long? Shit, call a play and he run long. If you were a defense coordinator, what's a nightmare lineup? Like if I was in charge of the offense, 10 personnel. 10 personnel. Because look, 10 personnel doesn't necessarily mean. Actually, I take that back. And this is very cowboy, this is cowboy centric, right? I would go 20 personnel, right? With 2 running backs and no tight ends. So what that gives you, if you in 20 personnel, then you can line up boom, 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 boom. If you're in 20 personnel with 2 running backs, Zeke and Tony Pollard are your 2 running backs, right? So if Dak's here, you can do things like that. You can do things like you could put Tony at wide receiver. You can leave Tony at running back and put Zeke at receiver. It's a lot of different things you could do. Also, you want to talk about a wet dream. 20 personnel, you can put Cooper, Gallup, Cobb, Tony, Zeke, Dak, and run empty. And that'll still be that personnel package. They'll be playing a different spot, but that'll be that personnel package. You know what I mean? So that's just my thoughts there. Tony Johnson asked, "What about the Oklahoma formation with Zeke, Pollard, and Weber at the same time?" Man, come on, man. Come on, man. Oklahoma don't run that no more. Oklahoma ran that in the '70s. That's like running wing T nowadays. And nah, that's not very no, man. Because the National Football League, man, it's very spread oriented. You know what I mean? It's very spread oriented. So I just don't think that's a thing. If it's gonna be a thing, you got to do it in a creative way. So, and when I say creative, I mean cute. You actually got to get cute, and I don't want to get cute. If that's the case, if you want to do that, if you want 3 running backs on the field at the same time, you would have to go like Tony at receiver, Zeke here, Dak, and like Mike. And I don't want that. I don't want that. That ain't the move. That ain't the way, my guy. That ain't the way, my guy. So, nah. No. Cooper's going to draw the safety 90% of the time. So how do you get him? How do you get him isolated 1-on-1? I'll tell you how to get Coop isolated. It's a great question, by the way. So when it comes to these cover 2 looks, the one thing that these defenses are trying to do is they're trying to give up the big play. They're trying not to give up the big play. So if we kill them via paper cuts, fine. That's the strong safety. If we kill them with paper cuts, fine. Right? They can't play cover 2 the whole game because what we're gonna do is Coop. Let's say let's put Tavon right here. What's the best way? So basically, what you're asking here, right, is this the look we got? Cooper and Tavon. Pardon me, Tavon and Cooper, cornerback, safety. The safety is over top. How can we get Cooper open or in 1-on-1 coverages? Well, first of all, we ain't got to run deep necessarily. Cooper can be a gangster down bottom. Cooper can run his slants. He can do his, crossing routes. He can do his out routes, his comebacks. There's a lot of different ways that Coop can get busy down under. Now, at some point, they're going to have to give us the look. They're going to have to go 1-on-1 coverage at some point. They're going to have to go like cover 3, cover 1 at some point. So it's a good question. How do we get them in man coverage or whatever, right? Like, how do we get that safety to walk down? We just got to keep beating the shit out of cover 2. You know what I mean? If we keep destroying cover 2, then they're not going to have any other choice but to, stop running it or whatever, right? So how do you beat cover 2? There's a lot of ways to do it. If it's zone cover 2, it's always going to look the same every time. Every zone concept looks the same every time. And in cover 2, the cornerback plays the flats and the safety plays up high. So it's 2 places really regarding Coop that's going to be wide open. That's between... The free's gonna be over there. So cover 2 zone, the big spots are gonna be between the 2 safeties, unless they're running Tampa 2, but that'll be different. Just a standard cover 2 between there and between here. So how do we kick ass on cover 2? It's a lot of different route combinations you could do. You can do smashes. Which is basically Coop running a hitch or whatever, and Tavon running, that was ugly as hell, pardon me, and Tavon, or whoever this receiver is, right, running a corner route directly into that open spot, beating the shit out of cover 2. Now, they can try to disguise it, but, we know at the end. We can do flood stuff to where we can run Cooper deep and we can 10-yard out him into the open spot. Or those comeback routes that y'all hate so much that Cooper's really good at. Because this cornerback's playing the flats. So what we'll do is we'll put Tavon in the flats to keep the cornerback in the flats. And Cooper will run past the cornerback and run his comeback route. Right? So after a while, the defense is going to go, man, they keep beating the shit out of us with this cover 2 look. We got to do something different. How about we go man coverage? Hey, corner. Hey, Josh Norman. I keep going back to the Redskins. Hey, Josh Norman. We need you 1-on-1 on Coop because I need to bring this strong safety down to blitz Dak Prescott because he keep getting off. Well, if you bring that strong safety down to blitz Dak and Coop got Josh Norman 1-on-1, there are plenty plays in my Cooper versus the Redskins video where Amari Cooper's beating the shot of Josh Norman. So that's how you get rid of cover two, or at least that's how you get Cooper one-on-one. You got to win with everybody else. You got to win and connect with Tavon and kick their ass when they give you cover two zone. So when they switch up, that's when you get that's when you get the wide open. So. Let's see. 2 more minutes. Who's the big threat this year? Shit, 21. 21. Yeah, somebody asked me. Pardon me, I answered that question already. They asked me what's a good 2-point play. Shit, 21. Anyway, hey man, look, let me check and make sure I got all my super chats covered. PL Stafford dropped the deuce in the super chat per shaded. Uncle Dave dropped a deuce and another deuce and a 5 and a 15 and another deuce. Salute to you. Mr. Wright dropped a deuce and Bunchy Carter dropped $1 in the super chat. I appreciate all y'all for doing that. Hey man, I was gone for a while, but I'm back at it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm trying to get this round table together. I'm trying to work on that. Trying to find a good day for Okoye Media and Twister King and Law Nation and all those guys. You know that's my 4, man. Those are my guys. So I'm trying to get a good go with them. April dropped a dime in the that's just through the Google wallet. So she just fancy on us. Thank you for that dime, Miss April. She also dropped that as well. She say for the lessons, for the knowledge, for the tutoring. Salute. So yeah, we're gonna try to get that roundtable going for y'all. And what else am I working on? I'm gonna be working on some 2020 film, some quick look stuff. We're going to get some best sack technicians because I am obsessed with pass rushing and pass rushers. And hey, if y'all like let me know. Like, do y'all like this this white marker stuff? Like, do y'all like the whiteboard stuff? Like, let me know if that's something that y'all like. And like if it's something that y'all like, I will do more of it. I'll dedicate a live stream to it. I like to do it because I don't get to coach football no more, so. It's just a time for me to teach ball and talk ball and just, get those lessons out for people that may not get the lessons. Shouts out to Stephanie, but she'll ask me sometime like, "Hey man, like, like what's A gap?" You know what I mean? So, she may know what it is, but she'll ask me questions sometimes. We just can't assume that everybody knows what like if a safety's robbing or like one high. Like we can't assume everybody knows that. So, I like to teach everything. So if I gotta dedicate a live stream to white marker board, I would do so. But hey, like the video if y'all haven't, because I'm trying to get better with that. And that's all I got for y'all, man. Support the merchandise. I got the Finish Your Food shirts. I think those are fantastic. Let me just show y'all those, man. Let me just show y'all the Finish Your Food shirts, man. I need to open up an image and hit that image there, and we're going to go to browse, and it should be a screenshot on my desktop. I just want to show y'all, man. Y'all can do whatever you want to do with them, but I just want to show y'all what the Finish Your Food shirts look like, man. I can't. If my damn computer load up, shit, man. I can't do nothing on the fly, man. Like if I gotta do something, I gotta set it up 3 days in advance. You know what I mean? I gotta do a bunch of extra stuff, and I gotta make sure everything's in place, man. But bro, I can't do nothing on the fly, bro, because my laptop is just googly boogly, my guy. Is it this one? Nope, because it's a screenshot. Or is it this one? Y'all don't go nowhere now. y'all hang in there now. All right, cool. We got it. Don't go nowhere. Hit OK and hit. I just want to show y'all. What the new design. Man. Come on, man. Wow, my computer trick. There we go. That's my new design, man. That's my We got the Finish Your Food joints, man. We got the Finish Your Food, I Watch Film, Speed, Strength, Ass. So we got a lot of stuff. I took the hoodies down because it's fucking 90 degrees in Texas, and I assume it's hot everywhere else. So we took the hoodies off the shop, And this is what we're working with right now. So all those links are in the description if you need it. I appreciate everybody for coming through, man. I appreciate the support. I appreciate y'all holding me down while I was gone and not like bombarding me with hurry up and come back tweets. Like y'all was actually like on some take your time and we'll be here whenever you get back stuff, and that means a lot to me. So I appreciate y'all for that. Shouts out to all the super chats, all the PayPals, all the Patreons, all the support. Y'all hold down for the Doski Woski, man. Till next time. Salute. Peace.